Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Welcome back. And now in recent weeks, we've seen incidents of passengers flouting rules. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, or days ago, we heard about the Quam 1 incident. And now we're having the most recent one, which is the female passenger who was removed and banned for, assaulting a cabin crew member. I mean, it's sparked a lot of conversations as to, ethics and what is right and what is wrong, and, how the situation has been handled so far. Well, joining us this morning to discuss on this is Chioma Obi. She is a travel consultant and she's the MD, Jan's Travel Network, Director of Jan's Travel Business School, Enugu. Thank you for joining us once again. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you, Jay. Good morning, Lillian. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. All right, so now let's just talk about, from your perspective, let me just know, what do you think about the entire incident? I mean, starting... Thank
you for saying from my perspective, because it looks like Nigeria went, it was something very different. I think the Quam one was, okay, this man is unruly, but this one, I don't know if it's also because she's... a lady. I don't know if there was this, Nigerians, sympathy and all that. It always comes to play and all. So I think that was, the past few days have been a lot of stories flying here and there. It's been a mixture of emotions. The fact that there's a lot of, there are gaps we've noticed actually right now, but it's good that things like this happen so that we'll know that we need to set a lot of things straight and do things right, because the past few days I've seen, wow, there are a lot of videos that have come into my phone that I don't even, some of them I don't even want to watch them, you understand, and a lot of stories, different perspectives from different people, from different groups and all that. Yeah, so it's been it's been one hell of a week in the aviation sector. So, well, from my perspective, we have two wrongs, and two wrongs cannot make it right. It's not possible. I also feel that some tempers were flying here and there because there were provocations. You don't have a reaction when there was no prior. So I feel that there's more. I feel that she was also, she couldn't also control herself. That's miscomfort in this case. A lot about self-control. She couldn't control herself. She couldn't also manage the situation. But in more ways than one, coming from the angle of someone in the business of hospitality, please, that is the most important thing. It's hospitality here. So, and the customer is very important here. I still feel that Ibom has a lot to do in terms of awareness, training of the staff, and a whole lot of brand image. That's something they need to have at the back of their minds, because we're talking about a lone character here versus an organization. This is Nigeria. We all know how to be sympathetic. A lot of people will go with her. Yeah. Coming from sympathy, you understand. But the point remains that there were two parties. We've heard more from one party than the other. And there's always two sides to a story before you even judge. And judge as far as reprimanding someone in Kirikiri. You understand? That was too fast for me. So I think there's a lot under that we haven't heard, which we will get to know with time. But I'm happy with the statement from the Minister for Aviation this morning. I just got it a few minutes ago, where I think he's trying to calm down tempers and all that, and make some kind of declaration. So, but I think it's a way forward. We'll get things right.
Okay, I think you're quite right. But what do you think the security operative should have done differently in handling the woman?
There are procedures, okay, to handling an unruly passenger. We would always have unruly passengers, okay? We are in a sector that houses people from different backgrounds, from different cultures across the globe, you understand? So as much as possible, any organization in the hospitality sector, oh yes, customers can be crazy at times. Let me use that word. But you have to, at least I know that our pilots are trained for you not to lose your cool. You have to know how to face them. Now, there are procedures, standard procedures to on planing an unruly passenger. I've seen several times where the aircraft has to taxi back, park, and then ask the person to come down, please, nicely, okay? But we had gotten to Lagos from the story. They had gotten to Lagos, and I think the first thing was supposed to be get them, handcuff her, lead her quietly out in front of everyone. You understand? The reason why we have a lot of controversies right now is because people were not there to see what happened. So we have to now wait and hear from passengers who had gone their way. You understand? And then everything had happened before maybe some of the other passengers started throwing in that this was what happened, this was what I saw. Before then, by the time they're all bringing these submissions, everything had happened. She was already being detained and all that. Okay? So you are supposed to call the security operatives even before the aircraft lands. They come in, everyone sits down, they're supposed to come in, and depending on how serious it is, if you feel that she's becoming a mental case, no problem, put her in handcuffs, lead her away, respectfully. That passenger paid to be on your aircraft. There are other airlines. Yes, there are other airlines. So as much as she was unruly, she lost her cool, she was whatever it was. There are still procedures to be taken. Now when you lead her away, you can now take her to the police command, the airport police command and all that, while other passengers now disembark. Yes. You understand? So I think that there were procedures that were not followed, leading to all of this. And then that brings us to the question of customer relationship, okay, which is the first when it comes to any organization. Where is it? Do you actually drag a customer out of the plane and down the stairs, even if she stole? I don't know what it was. She was trying to destroy the plane. No, it's not possible for her to destroy the plane. And she took up what do you call it, a fire extinguisher. We heard that one. Oh, really? There are men there that could have easily collected it from her. There are a lot of issues there are a lot under the carpet. That for somebody to go that far, she must have been provocated. That is my feeling.
You think so?
That is what I feel.
Okay.
We don't have people who are mentally deranged come to the check-in counter and they're already throwing those tantrums and you didn't notice it before allowing the person to board. You should have noticed if the person was mentally deranged.
It doesn't always show up.
It doesn't always show. It doesn't show inside the aircraft. So I feel that something must have led to all of that. That was extreme. That was extreme. If a passenger is unruly and the passenger has issues, let's say mentally, and the passenger is causing harm and all that, that was extreme. That act alone of dragging her, getting her nude, tearing her clothes, pulling her down the stairs has almost wiped off everything she did.
Exactly.
That's it. I don't know.
We're talking of customer relations, and yes, there's this saying that the customer is always right at the end of the day. But what about the crew members? What about their safety and their rights? Because I mean, from the video, we also saw her, being physical with the air hostess. What about protecting their own rights so that they don't continuously end up being abused by passengers, and it all goes to she's a customer. You have to enjoy the customer.
Right.
I mean, those people are human beings
that's
well.
not the end of that photo. No, but one thing you should understand, that something that struck me in all of this is that the pilot is like the last defense or last chain of command. I'm trying to look for the best word here. I didn't see the pilot in all of this. For me, my perspective, please, I didn't see the pilot in all of this, because when something is going wrong and it gets to an extent, it doesn't even need to get to this extreme for the pilot to come in to calm matters. Yeah. You understand? He's like the last port of call. Okay, I didn't see the pilot anywhere here. That's number one. Secondly, if you say she was a threat, she was going to harm the
air hostess,
the crew and all that. Well, when you ask a passenger to turn off their phone and they put it in flight mode, I don't see where the threat is coming from. Do you understand? I'm trying to, from what we have seen, I don't know about other, from what we have seen, I don't see the threat there. She already put her phone in the flight mode and she was scrolling through, from what I heard and from the videos that were posted. I wasn't there, definitely. So that's number one. Okay. When you start exchanging words, verbal abuse with a client, it's not a threat. All this, what do you call it? You are sick, you are this, you are. It's not a threat. That's somebody trying to be emotional and losing their self-control and all that. Okay, which you shouldn't engage the passenger in. It's not your business to. You simply tell the passenger what he or she is supposed to know. I would not also rule out that there are passengers who are extreme. Yes, clients. It happens in all businesses. Okay. Now, if you say she's a threat, that is the reason why before the aircraft lands, you're already alerting the airport security. If you notice she was a threat before takeoff, that's the reason why the aircraft goes back, taxis back, and parks. I've seen that video from one of the people who posted November 2024 video. They asked him to come out before the aircraft moved, and the aircraft moved without him. Okay? So, if we're talking about safety, there are ways of protecting the crew, which we didn't see all of that happen before they took off. Okay? You asked her to switch off her phone, which everybody is supposed to do before the aircraft takes off. Okay? Yeah. Now, you notice she didn't do it. If you see that if you looked at it and you actually saw that she is not on flight mode, because I heard she put her phone on flight mode. She's not on flight mode. If you feel it's a danger to the aircraft, then please onboard her before the aircraft takes off. Don't carry her to Lagos, then act all of this drama, and then we're talking about the crew safety. It's gone way past the crew safety right now. Okay, her shirt was torn. That is extreme. For a passenger who got into your aircraft all dressed, and then she's coming out in a very different way. Her wig, whatever is, no. There's a lot, Ibom Air needs a lot.
Before we move over to the end of the show, I would like to know, is there like a mental health check that, airlines you need to put in place? Is there something that they can do differently? And with what happened with Kwam 1 and and Adams Oshomole before now, they were not arrested. So why was she arrested? Is it because she's a female? Does it have anything to do with that?
I don't think it has anything to do with her gender. I think, in fact, from a few of some of the groups I am in, the different opinion and all that. A lot of people will tell you, is it because she's not a politician, or is it because she's not somebody who has a name somewhere? Because I know, I'm certain that if it was somebody of repute, that air hostess will not will not go near talking to the person in that manner. That's true. Number one. Okay, that now sends a message what kind of justice system we have. People taking laws into their hands, acting any way they want and all that. I do not also think it's of her gender, because there were other females in the aircraft, you understand. From the position of some of the people, some travel professionals, we keep feeling was there something else? Was there something like, since you did not hear me, let me put it in parentheses, I go deal with you, I go show you. You understand? So it also comes from that angle. And then you now wonder why. Okay? So I don't think it has anything to do with her gender. I think it's just the crew addressing her the way they feel, or the way they see her, because they can. Because they can.
I'm sorry to cut you short, but we will have to wrap it up here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lillian.
Thank you so much. And we have come to the end of the show today. Thank you so much for joining us, viewers. And if you're watching, do stay with us. When we return, we'll move forward with our morning show.
With a population of about 36 million people, the Southeast is awash with stories. Every day on Southeast News, we tell the peculiar story of the Southeast and her people.
Our Southeast should be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria.
Their successes, achievements, and daily challenges. Do you have a Southeast story to share? Community achievements and challenges, completed and uncompleted projects, bad roads, water scarcity, erosion, flooding, insecurity, or even disagreements? Bring it on to Southeast News. On Southeast News, no story is too big or too small. Southeast News. Let's tell our story. Showing on Signature TV every weekday at 4 p.m. WAT, 1600 hours GMT.